This morning, I chose to do the sit down dining room breakfast, and it was really a great choice. The food was great, you got to pick from the menu, and the dining room was almost completely empty. So, definitely a change from the Lido on debarkation day, which is a mess.
I have the sad face. Not on Liberty anymore. Definitely the easiest debarkation I've ever had. We waited a little bit till the end, and like once they kind of started the this is kind of your final call. Then we used the elevators, got one right away, went all the way down to where we needed to get off. Never stopped walking through customs, baggage, all of that. So that was great. Now I am sitting on the GoPort transportation back to the airport. Air conditioned, super helpful. But yeah, definitely one of the easiest debarkations I've ever been through. So hopefully it continues. Hey cruisers, I'm back from Carnival Liberty. Back at home already. I'm kind of sad. But travels were great today. No delays, no lost luggage. Yeah, it was great. So first review is going to be on GoPort because that's kind of how I started and ended the trip. And GoPort, as always, was fabulous. Very well organized. Definitely had their stuff together. The only complaint I have this time with it is we went during the week, so it was a little slower, and we went on a smaller ship. So, like during pickup, we were the first ones to be picked up, but then we made like 5 other stops, including at the airport, to fill the bus and then drive to the port. So we were a little late getting to the port for our check-in time, which if you're like higher up or you have early checkout, it really doesn't help, or check in, it doesn't help you any because GoPort makes you wait. So I really wish they would bring back like the early pickups, which they had just a few months ago. Like when I booked one a few months ago, it was there, and then they switched it. So I know it's like a never-changing process, but I really wish they would bring that back, or at least have like at the airport an option for early pickup so that you could like take your hotel shuttle back to the airport to get the early pickup. Just nitpicking, but it worked great. The staff is amazing, so friendly and willing to help. And we had the same driver for the bus or the shuttle both ways, and he kind of reminded me of the guy from Vacation that like was the security for the amusement park, but he was great. Definitely entertaining, sang the 80s and 90s amazingly. But and then on the way back, we made a couple other stops at like different ports. So um, Royal Caribbean, Independence, I believe, was in, and also Freedom. So there were like 3 ships that they were stopping at, and we were the last to get off of Liberty. So again, they were trying to fill the bus before going all the way back to the airport. So that took a little bit longer. So if you were pressed for time for flights, that definitely not be a great idea, but we had plenty of time. But yeah, GoPort, definitely 2 thumbs up. I would use them again. Just wish they would tweak the pickups or whatever just a little bit, or at least let you know, kind of thing. But no, definitely good value, great service. I have had no problems with it. I would do it anytime I go to Port Canaveral. So then check-in and debarkation for the ship itself, so here on land, was amazing. Oh my gosh, like I know it's a smaller ship and all of that kind of thing, but we never stopped walking. Like they did the check-in, you go through security, you get on the boat super quick, and then the debarkation was even smoother. Like it was crazy. We did wait till the like almost the end. We were able to grab an elevator down off of the ship. Just walked right off the ship. They did use the facial recognition when we got off of the ship. So that was a little different than when we got on. When we got on, they just scanned our boarding pass. So that was a little odd, but they did use it today during the debarkation. And then like customs and all that was super quick and easy. We just kept walking. There was hardly any lines. And then like
getting onto the GoPort shuttle and all that seamless. So, yeah, definitely pluses on the check-in and the check-out, or embarkation, debarkation, whatever that side of the battle you're on. But it was great. So A plus, and they use the same terminal as Mardi Gras. So maybe that staff is just used to such a big crowd that they're A plus workers. So kept it moving, but definitely good. And then let's talk about Liberty itself. It was my first 3-day cruise in a very long time, like my adult life. I went when I was little, but not adult life. They were definitely booze cruises, and I was aware of that. I don't care. But it was definitely a booze cruise, definitely more drinking, more partying, louder crowd than like the 7 days or any of those kind of things. But I just knew that going in, so it really wasn't bad. Liberty itself is a lot smaller ship. I actually like it. It actually keeps me more active because there's like 10 floors total. So I just take the stairs whenever I can, and just kind of keeps me going. I did do, like, we were staying on level 2, and I went all the way up to the Lido deck, which was 9, one morning for breakfast, and they may have needed to bring me oxygen at that point, but I made it. But I was definitely sucking some wind by the time I got up there. But I was also kind of like sprinting up them, so trying to get a little bit of exercise before I got my breakfast. So not their fault. But no, I like the smaller ships because you don't have to wait for the elevator. You can actually do the stairs, and it's doable. The lines are shorter for everything, even though they can get pretty long. They move pretty quick. It was an older ship, but they're upkeeping it very well. Like, the carpet isn't totally worn or holey or anything like that. I had seen some mentions of it like having a sewage smell, like constantly all the time. I did not experience that. Every once in a while you could smell a little bit of a smell, but you didn't know if it was somebody that had just walked through or if it was the sewage. So I have no complaints of it being a poo cruise. So hopefully if anybody else goes on it, they have the same experience, but I didn't notice anything. I will mention that the walls and the doors are super, super thin, and you can hear everything your neighbors are doing. One side of us went and fought one night, the whole entire night, and we could hear every last word of that argument, and things like that. And then the other side had children, so that got kind of loud too, with crying babies in the middle of the night. But it's okay. Like, I still got sleep, but they're very thin, so even like sleeping with the TV on kind of helped a little bit. But it is what it is. And it may have just been like the second floor rooms that were that way. I don't know. But yeah, very thin walls and doors. You can hear everything. So please be courteous if you're on there. We tried to be as much as we can. There were a few times that we like got excited or whatever, and we were kind of using louder voices, and we're like, oh yeah, if we can hear them, they can hear us. So let's calm it down a little bit. But let's see what else. I love the venue that they have for the comedy, much larger than most of the newer ships. Even the theater had a lot more seating, it seemed like, than others. But again, some of the shows weren't very well attended because of just the style of cruise it was. The comedy was packed every night, but tons of seating. So a lot more people got to see it than in other venue or on other ships. So that was good. Dining, never had to wait more than 10 minutes. The buffet, they had all of the buffets open and running. No complaints there. I did not get to try like the Mongolian walk or whatever, because that line did get quite lengthy, and I think it's just because it takes so long to cook. But I didn't get to try that at lunch. But again, I only had 3 days to do it, so I didn't really try it that hard. But the pool deck is like a wooden deck, which I definitely prefer over like the Mardi Gras deck, which is like a vinyl. The wood just gets you a little more grip, I think, and it doesn't get so hot and like slick, and it doesn't have holes in it like Mardi Gras does.
Mardi Gras, I just find it to be very hot, very slippery, almost dangerous with the holes. So I prefer the wooden decks, and Liberty had that. The pools were busy. Like when I walked by, I didn't ever go into any, but there was like an adult pool and all that. So that was nice that they had them kind of separate. Did not make it up to the sports like club area. We did walk by it a couple times, but didn't do anything up there. Looked really nice. The atrium is there, so atrium shows were great, and you could like see on multiple levels, which I really liked. Just kind of the old school feel, and I liked it. Staff was amazing, like most carnival ships. Very friendly, very personable, eager to help. I would mention that if you plan on going on them, to be served, like if you're in like a like the pool deck or the Lido for lunch, the sports bar during games, they're not going to come to you very often, if at all, to ask you your drink order. You just have to walk up to the bar, which I don't find a problem with. I go ahead and do it or whatever. But some of the people found that a little negative or whatever. But if you don't expect to not have like that service, just go up to the bar and you'll get it. They're very quick when you're at the bar. Didn't wait very long at all. The food was great, very warm. What was cold was supposed to be cold, seasoned really well, great presentation. I think the like portion sizes were a little bit bigger, or at least it seemed that way to me, because there were many nights I couldn't finish everything. And it's kind of the same stuff that I've had on other ships, because I like to compare between the ships of how they fix each item. So, but definitely warm, cold, great seasoning, quick service. Oh my gosh, the dining room service was the fastest I've had since COVID restart. So that was amazing. In and out in like less than an hour every night. The shows were great. You can tell they are not the top performers of the company, but their energy and all that were great and got you pumped up. It was definitely fun to watch, entertaining. The shows are kind of the same on each ship, and I had seen each of the shows before, and they did a great job. So no complaints there. And again, it was a big venue, so you can kind of see. The only thing I did not like is there's like a lot of like safety bars that are like big around gold bars that like when I sit down, it was right at eye level. So I was kind of having to go up and down to see certain parts of the show. That would be my only complaint on that. The musicians and comedians were fantastic. I was sad I didn't make it to the piano bar this time. But again, a short cruise, I couldn't do it all. But overall, I liked Liberty. I would definitely go on her again. I would probably do a back-to-back though, just because I didn't feel like 3 days was long enough, especially like to see all the ship and to do all the activities and things like that. But it was a smaller ship. It was a smaller itinerary. I knew that going in. So nothing that they could change on that part. My one true negative, and my one thing that I will tell anybody that will go on that ship, is do not buy the internet package. You will literally be throwing it into the wind. The internet did not work. I complained. They were like, oh, we're fixing it. They didn't fix it. It didn't work the whole entire time. Like it would say it was connected or whatnot. It's just no transfers or anything would happen. Supposedly they say they're going to rectify it and give me a refund for my internet package, but we'll see if that comes through. So if you're going on the next few trips or whatever, definitely don't buy the internet package. Just save your money. Save your money, save your money. It's 3 days, and like I did today, I just made all my videos and vlogs and all of like my posts and stuff. And then once I got cell service back and back onto like the internet at the airport, I just uploaded it all. It's not the best way to do it, but it works, and then that way I don't forget to post it.
But seriously, the whole trip, and my one negative is the internet, which technically I probably shouldn't be on anyhow. So definitely in my book, use GoPort, go on Liberty. If you have any questions or anything about Liberty, write them below in the comments or just message me and I will try to answer if I can. And if not, I can probably lead you to the answer from someone else. But loved her, loved the ship, loved the environment and the fun. Definitely nice getaway. Definitely better than Kansas weather. We came back and it was raining and I was like, I want to go back. So yeah. But if you like this content and want to see more, like I said, it's going to be a busy next few months. So make sure you like and subscribe and even hit that notification button because I'll be going on a lot more trips and new lines, new ships, and all of that. So you can keep updated, and it's nice to see everybody kind of interact and all that and kind of what you want to see or hear about. So let me know, and I will see you on the next trip when I continue to make those memories and not dreams, because like life is a gift and you got to live every day like it is. So thank you to my donor for allowing me to continue all these adventures, and I'll see you on the next adventure.